know which house it was, 1201 Northeast 83rd Street here in Miami. You can see parts of that front gate that was essentially pushed through by those feds as they raided this.
Got a bag and everything you can name. It's one of my closets. Always make sure it look like Neiman's. So.
Claims have recently surfaced online suggesting that on Monday, April 16th, federal agents carried out raids on properties linked to Floyd Mayweather in Miami and Las Vegas while he was reportedly outside the country, according to these unverified reports. Investigators allegedly made a surprising discovery inside one of his Miami homes, with rumors pointing to a hidden room containing large amounts of counterfeit currency. This has led to speculation from some sources questioning whether the cash often displayed on social media could be connected to those claims.
Money made, that's all I do is get money. Today is a rose gold day, as you can see. Arnold Schwarzenegger, limited edition AP, all factory. 1.8 million right here. The $20 bills section. We like to call this the Andrew Jackson section, but I like to call it wallpaper. 200,000 in 20s. I heard in the song you can get the biggest Chanel bag in the store if you want it. Well, it's the biggest Chanel bag in the world. I got this bag from Karl Lagerfeld. R.I.P.
Additional claims have continued to circulate online, suggesting that investigators allegedly found documents tied to questionable business activities, along with references to properties across cities like New York, Los Angeles, and Miami. These reports also suggest that certain actions were taken, such as restricting access to properties and financial accounts, supposedly to ensure cooperation with authorities. Some sources have further stated that federal agencies, including Homeland Security investigations and local law enforcement, carried out coordinated searches at multiple locations, including homes in Las Vegas and Miami. However, the exact purpose behind these actions has not been clearly detailed in widely available official reports. According to a statement attributed to Homeland Security investigations in New York, the agency confirmed that law enforcement activity did take place as part of an ongoing investigation, with support from teams in Las Vegas, Miami, and local partners. The statement added that more information would be released as it becomes available. Despite these developments, many details remain unclear, and much of what is being shared publicly consists of incomplete information or speculation, with no comprehensive explanation yet provided regarding the full scope of the investigation.
And some neighbors telling us that they saw at least 2 people detained last night by authorities. It's unclear if anyone was arrested. Other neighbors describing this home as...
According to a report published on April 16th, NBC News stated that federal agents in Miami questioned 3 women and 1 man in connection with the situation. The outlet also mentioned that additional interviews were being planned as part of the process. These reported discussions are said to be tied to a range of allegations, including fraud-related claims, questionable business dealings, financial misconduct, documentation issues, and potential contract disputes. However, these points remain part of ongoing reports rather than fully confirmed conclusions. Following the searches at properties in Las Vegas and Miami, some sources began linking the situation to past legal challenges involving Floyd Mayweather. Other media outlets and investigators have also referenced more recent allegations, suggesting that multiple factors may be under review. At this stage, much of the information available is still developing, with no complete or officially confirmed breakdown of the case publicly released.
Investigation lingering into the night, with Miami police assisting federal investigators bringing in the heavy artillery, spotted inside from across a canal, rummaging through items at the house, their boats still docked outside as they canvassed the property in full gear, guns drawn.
Whatever they did.
Following questioning, some law enforcement sources reportedly suggested that the searches could be connected to allegations involving financial misconduct and disputed business dealings, as multiple complaints from individuals and organizations have been mentioned in circulating reports. In addition, a video shared by a local Los Angeles outlet appeared to show several people in handcuffs outside one of the properties. According to those reports, 2 of the individuals were believed to be relatives of Floyd Mayweather. However, They were not described as suspects in any investigation and were reportedly only being held outside while agents carried out their search.as with other details surrounding this situation. Much of the information remains based on early reports and has not been fully clarified through official, detailed statements.
Well, because you haven't heard anything, and commend the Miami PD or SWAT or whatever they were. They did their job well.
For those who live nearby,
local coverage also showed footage of what appeared to be heavily armed officers in tactical gear moving around Floyd Mayweather's Beverly Hills property. Reports consistently indicated that Mayweather was not present at any of the locations during the time of these searches. Officials from Homeland Security confirmed to media outlets that the activity was part of an ongoing federal investigation, though they did not provide detailed specifics about the case. Properties linked to Mayweather in Miami and Las Vegas were also reportedly included in these operations. As the story spread online, it quickly gained widespread attention, with many discussions focusing on the seriousness of the allegations being mentioned. Reports suggest that agents carried out extensive searches and that the investigation remains active, with continued interest in Mayweather's whereabouts becoming a key point of conversation. Despite the growing attention, many aspects of the situation are still unclear, and no complete official explanation has been released regarding the full scope of the investigation. Around the same time, Floyd Mayweather shared posts on social media suggesting he was heading to China. However, separate reports claimed that his actual travel destination was Dubai, creating confusion about his whereabouts. After news of the property searches broke, several figures within the boxing community began commenting on the situation. Some offered their opinions, while others made claims about possible undisclosed issues tied to Mayweather's activities. These statements, however, remain unverified and largely based on personal viewpoints rather than confirmed evidence. Although law enforcement agencies acknowledge that investigative actions had taken place, the full details behind the searches have not been publicly explained. As a result, many observers believe there may be additional information that has yet to be revealed, keeping speculation around the situation ongoing. The connection between the raids and the various allegations may seem convincing at first, but some observers have raised questions, especially since Floyd Mayweather Jr. has not been reported as arrested or formally summoned in relation to these claims. Typically, when serious accusations surface, people expect immediate legal action or direct questioning of the individual involved. In this case, the absence of that has led some to doubt how accurate or complete the circulating reports really are. Amid the speculation, an unnamed former associate of Mayweather reportedly offered their perspective, stating that the searches were indeed connected to the growing number of allegations tied to him in recent times. However, like much of the information surrounding this situation, these claims remain unofficial and have not been independently confirmed.
All marble kitchen with the Versace glasses only. As you guys can see, Versace glasses.
Some reports have pointed to specific details about Floyd Mayweather's properties that investigators were allegedly interested in verifying. Among the most talked about claims is the idea of a hidden room inside one of his homes, according to an unnamed former associate. This supposed room was a key focus during the searches. The individual suggested that authorities were not only looking into general allegations, but were also trying to confirm whether there was enough concrete evidence before taking further steps. There have also been mentions in various lawsuits and online discussions alleging that such a space may have been used to store counterfeit money or questionable documents. However, These claims remain unproven and have not been officially confirmed by law enforcement. At this stage, much of the narrative surrounding these details is based on allegations and speculation, with no verified public evidence establishing the existence or purpose of any such room.
Go in the middle door. Open the middle door. You want to go in? Push it.
One of the lawsuits reportedly included claims that Floyd Mayweather Jr. had extensive surveillance systems inside his properties in Las Vegas and Miami, with suggestions that cameras were placed throughout different areas of the homes. An alleged former employee also made similar statements, claiming that during that time around Mayweather, they became aware of hidden cameras in certain restricted sections of the property. These assertions were said to align with details mentioned in legal filings and have been referenced in discussions about the searches. According to those accounts, the purpose of the raids was not limited to reviewing existing allegations, but also to gather additional evidence that could either support or dismiss those claims. However, all of these points remain part of ongoing allegations and have not been confirmed by official authorities. Any suggestions about potential arrest or legal action are speculative at this stage, as no formal charges or outcomes have been publicly established.
People into my lifestyle, showing the people how I live. Now, I know you guys see me on a regular talking about real estate. Well, lately, I purchased 62 apartment buildings in New York City. And what I need you guys to do, slide over and check out the photos. It's not all 62 buildings, it's a few buildings, but guess what? All the buildings belong to me. I don't have no partners. And all the retail down low on my buildings all belong to me.
A separate legal dispute also emerged involving a jewelry business, which filed a lawsuit against Floyd Mayweather over alleged unpaid debts and a breach of contract. The filing included claims tied to questionable financial dealings, along with accusations that he may have been involved in improper business arrangements alongside a close associate. These allegations, however, remain part of ongoing legal claims and have not been definitively proven in court for years. Floyd Mayweather has been recognized for two defining traits: his elite skill inside the ring and the massive fortune he built throughout his career. Known as one of the wealthiest fighters in boxing history, Money Mayweather became famous for showcasing a lifestyle filled with luxury, from private jets to high-end purchases and extravagant spending. But recent commentary from boxing insider Rick Glazer has sparked new conversations, suggesting that Mayweather's financial position may not be as secure as it once appeared. Interestingly, similar concerns had previously been hinted at by 50 Cent, adding another layer to the ongoing discussion surrounding Mayweather's finances.
You can do the same. It's all about making power moves.
Yeah, I think it's nice. Yeah.
And I'm pointing like this because all of them. We're in New York City right now. We're in Manhattan. That's what we do. Come on. You know what we do?
The story traces back to October of last year, when a report from The Real Deal claimed that Floyd Mayweather had invested around $42 million into approximately 60 buildings, reportedly containing close to 1,000 affordable housing units. This was part of a broader wave of reports highlighting his growing interest in New York City real estate around the same period. Multiple updates also surfaced about Mayweather expanding his investment portfolio in the property market, further strengthening the narrative of him building wealth beyond boxing. Later on, 50 Cent entered the conversation publicly, adding fuel to the discussion surrounding Mayweather's finances and business claims. Following a high-profile shopping spree in New York, Floyd Mayweather appeared on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, where he spoke about his assets and business holdings. During the interview, he made bold statements about his real estate portfolio, claiming, "I don't know the exact number. I own right now somewhere upwards of 100 buildings or more. I think 99% of my buildings are in New York City." These remarks quickly drew attention and sparked debate online, contributing to ongoing discussions about the scale and nature of his investments.
Andre Durrell, IBF champion Billy Dip, WBA champion Celestino Calabero. So we brought them over. I brought him over while Floyd was, still incarcerated.
Yeah.
Then he comes home. there's the Let's Get Floyd Back in Pocket campaign that goes on, where, you know, it's $300,000 chains being bought and buying the new Lamborghini and all these new things. And I'm sitting there going,
all this money made. No partners. All by myself. Over 1,000 apartments. I'm just getting started.
But this reportedly didn't sit well with 50 Cent, who responded on Instagram with a series of posts reacting to Mayweather's comments. In one post, he appeared to mock the claims, writing, "Oh my God, Champ is the richest special student. LMO." He continued the online commentary with another post, suggesting confusion over what Mayweather actually owns, and implying that his statements about property ownership did not add up. In that message, he also referenced tax concerns tied to living in New York and owning income that .to further express his reaction. 50 Cent shared an edited image of Mayweather dressed in Pinocchio-style imagery, using it as a visual jab that implied dishonesty in the statements being made. These exchanges added another layer to the public back and forth between the two, which is often played out on social media alongside discussions about wealth, business, and public perception.
"Yo, when you gonna give me the money?"
Because you're already invested.
Right, like when you gonna give me your half of the money back. But I ain't trying to press him because he just got out of jail, right? So it's like, let him cool his heels before you.
Was that in the millions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you sitting there big, and I'm like, yo, so when, but see, the fighters are an asset in themselves. They are that talent, regardlessly. You know, so I'm looking at him going, so there ain't no pressure there, but I'm saying, when is he going to say he wants to, you know, to get.
50 Cent continued the online backlash with another post reacting to Mayweather's claims about owning over 100 buildings, with most reportedly located in New York. In his message, he wrote, "Over 100 buildings and 99% in New York. LOL. That's Cap Champ," followed by further mocking remarks and the caption, "GLG, Greenlight Gang. Let's work." The public feud between 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather is not new, as the two have had a long history of clashes that have repeatedly played out in the media over the years. This latest exchange was seen by many as just another chapter in their ongoing rivalry. However, the conversation shifted when boxing insider Rick Glazer added his perspective on Mayweather's financial situation. Following the debate sparked by 50 Cent's comments, Glazer suggested there may be more behind the rumors surrounding Mayweather's finances. He acknowledged that claims of financial trouble involving Mayweather are difficult to believe, but noted that such rumors have been circulating persistently. At the same time, he pointed out that Mayweather is frequently seen spending large sums on luxury items such as jewelry, watches, cars, and private jets, which continues to fuel public speculation about his financial status.
Yeah.
This looked like a friendship that was going to last a lifetime. Meant to be. What the hell happened between 50 Cent and Floyd Mayweather?
Well, he changed his mind.
Now, what do you mean he changed his mind?
Like, as he was actually going in to jail, he asked me to help him with Mayweather Promotions.
Right.
Then as he actually got in and I took a look, I realized there is no Mayweather Promotions. There's no LLC, there's no CO.
Rick Glazer also expressed concern about the rumors, saying he hoped they were not accurate. He added that if there was any truth to them, it would represent a serious decline for the former boxing star long known as Money Mayweather. At the moment, it remains unclear how much credibility these claims hold. However, questions have been raised regarding whether Mayweather actually purchased apartment buildings in Manhattan as previously suggested. According to reporting from Business Insider in March 2025, public property records in New York City do not show any confirmed ownership transfers connected to Floyd Mayweather. In addition, the New York City Housing Partnership has reportedly stated that it has no record or awareness of such deals. Despite the ongoing speculation, nothing has been officially verified regarding financial trouble or disputed investments. As more information emerges, the situation may become clearer. For now, however, the discussion continues to raise one major question among observers: whether the image of Money Mayweather reflects his current financial reality or just his public persona.
Did 50 Cent knock Mayweather out?
No.
I didn't knock Floyd out. I should have knocked Floyd out. It's kind of hard to hit Chap. Even when he's standing right in front of you, start moving and with the shoulder block and everything, so it get hard to hit Chap.
Rick Glazer also expressed concern about the rumors, saying he hoped they were not accurate. He added that if there was any truth to them, it would represent a serious decline for the former boxing star long known as Money Mayweather. At the moment, it remains unclear how much credibility these claims hold. However, questions have been raised regarding whether Mayweather actually purchased apartment buildings in Manhattan as previously suggested, according to reporting from Business Insider in March 2025. Public property records in New York City do not show any confirmed ownership transfers connected to Floyd Mayweather. In addition, the New York City Housing Partnership has reportedly stated that it has no record or awareness of such deals. Despite the ongoing speculation, nothing has been officially verified regarding financial trouble or disputed investments. As more information emerges, the situation may become clearer. For now, however, the discussion continues to raise one major question among observers: whether the image of Money Mayweather reflects his current financial reality or just his public persona.
You and Floyd get into a fight or a shoving match before?
Yeah.
Who won that?
I won every time.
Every time?
Right there, No.
Every time.
No, we had twice. We got into it.
Like a real altercation?
Yeah, like one was with the...
Did he put that shoulder back on you? Because I'm thinking...
Nah. It was more like out of reflex, though. Like, he punched.
The incident came just days after the 15-time world champion announced the Mayweather Israel Initiative, a charitable fund aimed at supporting Israeli orphans. In a recent interview with poker firma, Amir Khan criticized Floyd Mayweather's long-standing habit of publicly displaying his wealth. He suggested that such behavior can be seen as insensitive, especially given global poverty. Khan commented that constantly showcasing money can send the wrong message, arguing that wealth should be used more privately or invested rather than publicly displayed. He contrasted Mayweather's spending habits with what he described as more investment-focused financial behavior. He also added that actions like this can create negative perceptions, suggesting that karma plays a role in how such behavior is eventually judged. The comments added another layer to the ongoing public discussion about Mayweather's lifestyle, wealth, and public image.
Just where you touched upon the Floyd Mayweather Jr. situation, I don't know how much you spoke about this since you retired, but how close was that fight?
Really close. It was really close that we ended up getting contracts signed. So I ended up getting my side of the contract signed, which was sent by Floyd Mayweather Promotion. And when he come to me, I ended up signing it. And then the worst thing I did was to make an announcement that I've signed the contract.
In the same interview, Amir Khan reflected back on his past connection with Floyd Mayweather, recalling the period when a potential fight between them was being discussed. He said that at the time he was younger and got emotionally involved in the situation, eventually making public comments that contributed to the build-up, although the fight ultimately never took place. Despite that, he stated there is still mutual respect between them, even if the matchup would have been an interesting one for boxing fans. Khan then shifted to more controversial commentary, making claims about Mayweather's public stances and motivations, particularly in relation to political and charitable topics. He suggested that financial incentives may influence public endorsements in general, and said he believes some figures in boxing and entertainment are approached with offers tied to taking public positions. He also referenced broader global issues and stated his personal disagreement with being involved in financially motivated advocacy. Alongside this, he repeated his belief that Mayweather prioritizes money in many of his decisions, and linked that view to ongoing rumors about Mayweather's financial situation, though none of these claims have been independently verified overall. The remarks added to an already highly debated narrative around Mayweather's public image, but much of what was said remains opinion-based commentary rather than confirmed fact.
With Floyd Mayweather, you see, now I know how Floyd must have felt. He was the A-side then, and I know how it would felt if I was fighting someone and I'm the A-side and someone did that. You find it disrespectful. So yeah, I was young then. I was a little bit, I got a little bit excited and said, you know what, I'm gonna announce it. Must have been about 24, 25. But look, it is what it is. That fight never happened, but it was a fight that, look, we have mutual respect for each other. But it would have been nice to have that fight.
In continued remarks during the discussion, Amir Khan expressed that he felt disappointed by Floyd Mayweather's public positions, saying he had lost respect due to what he viewed as him picking sides in sensitive global issues. He added that he believed athletes and public figures should avoid being seen as promoting conflict or taking highly polarizing stances separately. Attention shifted to regulatory concerns in the financial space, particularly involving cryptocurrency promotions linked to celebrities. The U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, issued a public warning reminding investors to be cautious about relying on social media endorsements when making financial decisions. In its statement, the SEC emphasized that social media influencers are often paid promoters rather than licensed financial professionals. It also warned that investment opportunities promoted in these spaces, whether through traditional methods or blockchain-based assets, can sometimes involve fraudulent schemes. Stephen Paikin, co-director of the SEC's enforcement division at the time, reinforced this message, noting that investors should not make decisions based solely on celebrity endorsements and should approach such promotions with skepticism overall. The statements highlight broader concerns about influencer marketing in financial markets, rather than confirming any specific wrongdoing by any one individual.
I would never have got that fight regardless. I think in their head they didn't want to fight me. I was a bad style for Floyd Mayweather, especially after the Alexander fight. The whole world media, ESPN, you name it, everyone was talking about Amir Khan's next fight is going to be Floyd Mayweather. Floyd, obviously, with all the ego he had, he didn't want it. He just obviously wanted to show that he's the A side all the time. He's the nice guy to pick who he wants. Then he went in and fought Maidana twice, even though he did a poll, and twice we won the poll.
Public reaction has continued to build around Floyd Mayweather's situation, with speculation spreading online about his whereabouts and when he may return to the United States. Some narratives circulating on social media suggest that he is currently abroad and may be expected to return to address ongoing concerns. However, these claims remain unverified, and no official statement has confirmed any travel restrictions or legal status changes. There is also widespread speculation about potential legal outcomes, but at this stage, investigations, if any are ongoing, have not been publicly detailed in a way that confirms charges, arrests, or formal proceedings. As a result, much of the discussion remains based on rumor and interpretation rather than confirmed facts. Until official authorities provide clear updates, the full situation remains uncertain and open to speculation.
He going through, I think it may be getting real.
Wow, that's crazy, man. And you would figure his big homie Al Heyman would rectify it.
Al's a powerhouse. Al's that dude. Al should be able to rectify anything. He's a Harvard lawyer. He's smart. He got PBC. Correct. He raised a couple of billion.
There's been a lot of online speculation and ongoing discussion surrounding Floyd Mayweather, but at this stage, nothing has been officially confirmed regarding fraud, bankruptcy, or any financial criminal charges. With many high-profile figures, public opinion is divided. Some people question the rumors, while others believe they are exaggerated or based on incomplete information. However, without verified findings from authorities or court rulings, it remains impossible to draw any solid conclusions. For now, the situation is still developing, and viewers are advised to separate confirmed facts from online speculation. And that's all for this update. For more boxing news, moments, and developments from around the world of the sport, stay connected, subscribe for updates, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next upload.